What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team, stand up! Once again, it's April. FTC, please stay faithful. We got, I don't even know why I've been sleeping on Tommy G, man. We got to get back to Sissy reacting to Tommy G. A lot of y'all been requesting this. We have the most wanted drivers in New York. 5-star GTA level drivers. Here we go.
Come on. Hey. How many police chases do you think you've been in?
30, I think.
Damn, that dude's a
From 1 to
menace.
10, how wanted would you say you are?
Probably a 10. Nobody's gonna want me.
Bro, you gotta be a brave and a different type of a dude. Like, in this type of, years, generation 2024, with all the cameras and technology, you know what I'm saying, to be taking police on chases and stuff. I could see how niggas was easily able to get away in, maybe the 90s and the 80s because they just didn't have the technology the way it was supposed to. And they also, low-key, it was crazy if you're thinking about it because, compared to the cars they have now, bro, what the heck is this on my screen? Get off my screen. I don't know if y'all seen it. There's something updating. But anyway, they didn't have the car basically how they have today. They don't have all the AMGs, all the cool BMWs, all the modded kits you can do in your engines nowadays and stuff. So it was kind of like a win-win-lose versus a lose-lose-win situation, kind of a balance of that. But overall, you know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, bro, if you take police on the chases, bro, you was one crazy-ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you do
Well, folks, I'm
In a
Tommy G.
Lambo?
The most wanted drivers in New York.
Hey, I'm street bud.
That Lambo's clean.
What's going on? I love NYPD. Slim team, the dream team.
So buckle up, folks. This is going to be a wild ride. One day in the safety of my home in Milwaukee, I started to get bombarded by DMs imploring me to explore these two drivers named Squeeze Benz and Where's 981. When I looked at their pages, their driving shocked me. I would describe their videos as daring, dangerous, and reckless. I'm fascinated by the human desire to push limits and go against the grain. I'm fascinated by the daredevils and outlaws of the world.
Hold on,
Young
let
men
me,
in particular love to do the...
Get this AC. Hot in here. Alright, y'all, we good. Turn this light on too.
in a variety of ways. Evel Knievel shot himself out of a cannon. Philip Petit tightrope
Really?
walked across the Twin Towers. Alex Honnold
Really?
climbed up cliffs without a rope. And fighter Darren Till cut weight until he went blind. The question that comes to mind when you look at this behavior is what compels someone to push themselves to such lengths and risk injury or death. In today's video, we investigate this daredevil behavior in the form of reckless drivers who are causing outrage and fascination across New York.
Police tried to pull over a car on West 38th Street and 7th Avenue. The driver sped off, slamming into cars, driving on the sidewalk, and even
Damn!
into a dining shed.
But there's a twist in the story, because these guys don't just risk their own necks in the stunts, they also risk the lives of innocent law enforcement that chases them. These guys regularly go on police chases and evade police helicopters. Today, we interview them face to face and talk morality, ethics, danger, and their motivation for their behavior. Let's dive in and go boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
This documentary is purely for educational purposes. We want to stress that the behavior depicted in this video is dangerous, illegal, and should never be imitated. And remember, it only takes one bad crash to ruin your life or someone else's. Please drive responsibly. Thank you.
Two with the FH, table for Drew by Carbone in my section.
We wanted to know how everyday people felt about this kind of driving. We had some extra time to kill at the New York airport, so I went around showing people videos of Squeeze Benz and Where's 981 driving. Here's what they had to say about it.
Oh, that's the dude? That's even the interview?
What do you think of that? It's just dangerous.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I am not a fan of niggas that drive like that on the road, bro. I honestly really hate y'all type of niggas that do that, bro. Because you putting other dudes in lives in jail. Bro, if you really want to drive like that, bro, go to a racetrack, bro. Become a NASCAR driver, bro. Like, compete in the, you know what I'm saying, the races. They have a whole bunch of these F1 races going on in Vegas and stuff, too. Like, bro, like, why are you putting other people's lives in danger, dog? Because, like, you have to think about it, too. There's other people that really, really do not know how to drive. So imagine you run into those people while you're doing these damn stunts and stuff on the road. You know, it's over with. And you're going like, I hope you also know, he just perfectly said it here. When you're going over like the speed of 100 miles per hour, like, and you crash, yo, you literally have a 95% chance of like unaliving yourself, bro. Like, it's serious. There's no way most of the time you survive a crash like that. You're done. Especially depends on the car you're in.
I got kids that are on those roads too. When that guy hits one of my kids, he'll say, I don't know what happened.
I could tell this guy a million times, hey, you're going to kill somebody.
It looks cool, but it's not cool.
What do you think about that?
It makes me mad. I get it. All kids, they're bred to do that, right? But it's irresponsible.
If I told you that this guy's gotten away from not only multiple police, but also helicopters.
Helicopters? Nah, they live in a GTA server for real.
What's your reaction on that?
I believe it. I just feel like it's really selfish. I feel like he should get his license taken away for some period of time and probably have to go through safe driving classes, maybe talk to people who are victims of people that drive like him.
I think it should be commensurate with like attempted manslaughter or something like. I mean, that's in effect you're putting people at risk intentionally when you go a certain speed over the speed limit.
If you were his mother or father, what would you tell him?
That he's a selfish idiot. One of these days, somebody is gonna get in his way and that person's gonna end up dead, or many people are gonna end up dead. And if he ends up dead, that's his consequence for what he does, but nobody else deserves to have that kind of risk. It's no different than someone who's really drunk getting behind the wheel of a car and driving when they have no control.
I agree.
Your car is
She's spitting some facts.
like a weapon of
I don't know about the dude
destruction.
next to
It
her,
has be
but
handled
she's spitting
with
facts.
care.
Worse than being drunk and getting behind the wheel, because you're actively making the choice to put other people's lives at risk.
The steepest price that gets paid is not the person driving the car. I mean, someone's going to end up dying, and that'll be that.
That can ruin hundreds of people's lives. Like if a kid in a school were to die, everybody in the school
It's a
would be
ripple
mourning
effect.
for that one person.
Oh yeah, he's tripping. Not safe at all.
If he hits somebody,
See, nobody agrees with it.
manslaughter or first degree?
I say manslaughter because you know what you're doing. Like you're just driving crazy. Like
What would you tell him if you could say something to him?
I'd be like, slow down.
What do you think about
For
driving
real.
like this?
Oh, it's terrible. I don't like it.
Like, you better stay away from that.
Yeah.
What should be the penalty if he's caught? Manslaughter or first degree? That's some other debate.
If he hits somebody, you mean if he kills somebody? It's vehicular manslaughter.
This guy has an ability to get away from multiple police vehicles and including helicopters.
Right.
So he hasn't been caught. Yesterday, he got away from a helicopter.
Where? In New York or California?
New York.
Wow. What kind of car is he renting?
Lamborghini.
I could see I was out running.
Oh,
the
he's
town.
renting
I
it?
guess
I thought it was
we hope for
his.
him hitting a telephone pole. Turn yourself in, brother. You're a reckless driver and you're gonna hurt innocent people.
I got folks taking pics, something like paparazzi. I'ma go and get the test. I don't really like the miles. Really getting to the check, but I ain't rocking on Horizon.
We're on our way to meet Squeeze Benz. Recently, he's been making the news for his high-speed stunts. While some people see his driving as exhilarating or exciting,
Oh, he has a whole
there's rising
YouTube channel
sentiment
doing
that
this?
This sort of behavior unnecessarily endangers innocent drivers and pedestrians. He sent us the address of a random parking garage and told us to pull up. This is what we encountered. Folks, we're on the way to talk to one of the most wanted drivers in New York, Squeeze Benz. This kid does stuff that makes my butthole pucker up. Pause. This guy is reckless. This guy is extreme. This guy drives at a very high speed. I do not drive like this. You shouldn't drive like this. And there's a reason why I'm not getting into their cars while they're driving this fast.
What?
It's dangerous. It's reckless. It's scary. Disclaimer, don't do this at home. He's kind of
I'm glad he's not really getting in the car with them while they do
I'm
it.
always interested in the outlaws of the world. People that live on the edge. Humans, especially men, are always pushing the limits of danger. But one distinction I want to make is Evel Knievel only harms himself if he fails. The UFC fighters are both signing up. They're in mutual combat. But these guys, if something goes wrong...
Hey, that is crazy if you do think about it. Like, UFC fighters and, like, boxers are like, in that same category of Tommy G's talking about of, like, living life on the edge in a way. Because, bro, that is true. That is such, like, a risky, you know what I'm saying, sport. Like, you kind of, in a way, got to be slightly crazy. You know what I'm saying? Especially, like, to be a straight-up professional, like, boxer. Or just, I mean, boxer kind of has a little bit of a... You know, it's still super dangerous, but maybe not on the edge, but definitely you have to put UFC. If you're talking about, like, living life on the edge and shit like that, definitely, bro. Because, bro, come on now.
They harm innocent civilians. So I want to ask him about that, but then ask him about the outlaw, the testing danger piece that lives strongly within them, because I think that's interesting. This is not a product placement. I do not want a partnership with Celsius. I do not drink your drinks every single trip, multiple times a day. I don't absolutely love your drink. You guys, if you want to hit me up, please do. I would love to.
That is hilarious.
Otherwise, I'll probably hit up Prime.
I didn't have Celsius a day in my life, and I'll plan on it.
I'm excited. I hope you are too. You know, high speed must be an issue around here if they have a Mustang NYPD car. You are too. You know, high speed must be an issue.
Wait, that's really their car? It's like a decoy car?
around here if they have a Mustang NYPD.
Or that's an NYPD car, actually.
Zip to it. RIP mainstream media. It's been a great run. Kudos to you for lasting as long as you have. But it's it. I mean, you're finished. Sorry. In honor of that, RIP mainstream media. Sweatshirts available. TommyGMcGee.com. Oh my god, dude. What the f is this, Batman, dude?
Bro said it's Batman. I will be honest though. Like most of the niggas that do be doing these like these either street races or be having like these car shows. I am a big fan of like car shows. Like not like people driving recklessly, but like when it's like car shows or like, you know what I'm saying, for some reason I do like when people be like hitting the, like, you know what I'm saying, burnouts or the donuts and stuff. Or whatever, even though that's super dangerous. It's not as bad as reckless driving, but you can't lie. Bro, these types of niggas, they be having like the flyest type of cars. It be reminding me of like Need for Speed and like, you know what I'm saying, them type of cars and Fast and Furious type of cars. You know what I'm saying? Like them little rare unlockable type of vehicles. That Lambo was fire as hell, though. Black with the orange.
Nobody even wanted me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
It started like about a year ago. I got my first Benz, and I always did like little driving videos, and I never really took it to nothing. And then my boy started saying like, you know, now people are blowing up off this, and I was just like, you know, that's just how it started.
I'm curious, like you have a Lamborghini, at one point a Mercedes-Benz. I'm sure you go through a lot of different cars. Are you going on tour and just driving people's cars all crazy? You guys getting your own cars? Like, tell me about that.
I had my own car for a bit, but then I changed it up because I did get chased a lot. Well, I just realized, like, you know, doing long-term rentals is just a way better route. And then obviously I don't tell these guys I'm street vendor.
Did you ever get blown up by the tour people asking what the hell happened?
They do ask, and then like I kind of just like, you know, just driving the car, you know what I mean?
You mix danger, but there's also other people at risk when you're doing
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you, nigga. Bro, that is extremely Hall of Fame selfish, bro. Like, imagine these people that be doing these rental car companies and stuff, dog, and they seeing this video and they can feel like they can recognize this dude that's renting his car. You know what I'm saying? Like, they putting his whole business in danger and shit too.
So what do you think about the element of danger for that?
I've been doing this since like real shit since I was 9. I used to take my dad's car out and I used to just bug out. I've been doing this for so long now.
9 years old?
I'm professional at it. Like, you know, niggas know like that's how I drive.
You just gotta be honest, bro. Like, bro, if your child is 9 years old already driving a car, bro, you failed completely as a parent. You failure as a parent, like, just there's nothing else.
I've gone out with people and they try keeping up with me and they crash.
How fast do you go?
Damn.
I mean, there's been a video online where I've gone one hand to 210 miles an hour.
Filming with one hand and driving with the other.
210 miles per hour, bro.
Did that scare you?
You were just
not really,
bro. This is an example of a crash dummy, bro. This is a crash out. Like all the little trend that people be saying, like D1 crash out. This is an example of a D1 crash out, bro. Like, seriously, there's nothing else like that can.
Tolerance of this speed.
Do you feel like the police watch your Instagram?
100%, they do.
Let's pop in the car and keep the conversation.
And they be recording it too, bro.
Okay. How many people normally out compared to, like, am I in the high end of
No, you're the high end.
That's okay. Does your mom worry about you?
I told her she don't even want to hear the things that I'm doing. She be getting scared because she know I be doing shit, like, you know what I mean?
Do you know any friends that have gotten really hurt or died doing this?
My boy, he was racing and he macked up and he hit his head and his head like split open a little bit. He needed stitches, but like other than that, nothing's ever happened.
Tell me about the camera system in New York. How hard is it to evade capture or awareness of the police?
Super easy. A lot of people, like they be doing crimes with their plates on. Like, I mean, if I go and run from a cop, I'm gonna make sure I either have altered plates or no plates at all.
New York City is home to one of the most advanced camera surveillance networks on the planet. An Amnesty International project identified that there are more than 25,000 public and private cameras at traffic intersections across the city.
That's crazy.
This camera technology can capture faces and other details from up to 400 feet away. This infrastructure isn't cheap either. This camera technology, combined with cell phone tracking tools, spyware, and facial recognition, racked up nearly $3 billion in expenditures from the NYPD from 2007 to 2019. When street racers run rampant in the city, it's easy for governments to make the argument to increase the surveillance in order to shut down this reckless and deadly behavior. However, this same technology can also be used to capture the profiles of millions of civilians on a daily basis, something that is currently happening in China and that many Americans are afraid of. As technology such as AI facial recognition and high-def cameras increase in quality, this is a challenge we are going to have to wrestle with to ensure the very tech that can help keep us safe also doesn't grow too powerful to infringe upon our freedoms.
Bro, technology gonna get so crazy within the next like 20 years. Like, Which is a good thing though, but niggas is really not gonna be able to do any type of crime at all, which is a good thing. It's gonna be crazy. Like everything that you're like hearing about from like any type of like whether if it's violence or niggas doing hot boy ish, super driving, reckless driving, and all that, like everything all of it above. This all gonna be in the history books, bro, and people are gonna be really like looking at it like on some like ancient times type of like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, bro, the technology the way it's growing is, yo, you can't deny it.
What are the different penalties for if you got caught doing what we were doing?
Jail time. I'm running red lights. I'm doing more than triple the speed limit, double the speed limit. This is a lot of tickets to it.
You did a video in Times Square recently, right?
Yeah.
I send it back for all my insecurities. Maybe like some work will probably clean up.
Oh, this man is crazy, bro. This dude is crazy. You know what this reminds me of? If you ever caught that one really, really underrated hood movie, by the way, New Jersey Drive, bro, like that literally reminds me of what these guys is doing right here, bro. Like, just go watch the movie and then watch this.
It only takes one mistake to permanently change or destroy somebody's life.
I do understand that. It's just like, we were also like, it was a lot of people. 12 o'clock in the morning, you seen in the video, like I stopped, looked around, made sure there was nobody, and started doing the other. And then when I was running the red lights, I'm not gonna lie, I was low-key bugging. I low-key know how to run red lights. I've been chased by night cops to the point where I could blow the red lights doing 60, 70. No, I'm not gonna get
60, 70, dude. What is your strategy in getting away from police?
Hopping on the highway. These cops, like, they're not really built for that. It's a lot of real rookie cops now. It's a bunch of rookie cops, and these guys do not know how to drive on the highway.
Let's talk about how drivers like Ben's can evade detection for so long. They do so by altering or covering up their license plate so the car cannot be tracked by police or the traffic cameras. Cars with this modification have been nicknamed ghost cars. Last month, a joint
ghost cars, they got ghost cars, ghost guns.
New York Governors Kathy Hochul, New York Mayor Eric Adams, the NYPD, and the MTA to crack down on the issue of ghost cars. In their first day alone, they impounded 73 cars, issued 282 court summons, and made 8 arrests. And I noticed the same thing back home in Milwaukee. The guys running through the red lights, driving the stolen cars, and driving aggressively, most of them do not have license plates. What's the longest police chase you've been in?
30 minutes, 20 minutes.
That's a pretty long chase. How many guys do you think were chasing you at once?
Bro, how long?
30 minutes, 20 minutes.
That's a pretty long chase.
30, 40-minute police chase? Bro, that is insanity at its finest, bro.
How many guys do you think were chasing you at once?
I had to do like 3, 4, but the main thing was the helicopter.
I do hear, though, I don't know how it is in like every state, like, and let me know if this is true or not. Apparently, like, if you're like in a police chase, for example, I think the first time I heard about this was like, okay, like the border of like Texas and like Louisiana. Like, let's say, or whatever, vice versa. Let's say if you're getting like on a police chase in like Louisiana and like you cross over like to a border of another country, or not a country, but another state, they have to call off the police chase because that's only for that Pacific County that they're, you know what I'm saying, doing the police chase in. But I don't know if that like counts and that's how it goes for like every other state. If that's true, no wonder why dudes is getting away most of the time, because like they can just sit up there most of the time in these small like little cities and states, you know what I'm saying, 30, 40-minute police chase. Most of the time they're in a whole nother different county. So I don't know if that is true for everywhere, but I know for certain places they definitely call off chases.
10 miles an hour, so I just hopped on the highway. You know what I mean? The helicopter can only go so fast.
You go faster than the helicopter?
Yeah, they only like top out like 150, 140.
You crash into somebody, they get paralyzed, they die. Do you think you deserve to go to prison?
Yes. Obviously, I wouldn't want to be put into prison for life. If I kill somebody, that's somebody's life. Like, that's somebody's mother, brother, cousin.
I will say he is owning up to his decisions and stuff and being a man about what Tommy G just asked, but it's still wrong and selfish for what he's doing on the road. He can prevent all of this by just stopping doing this and just go try for the NASCAR.
Whatever the case is, if somebody crashed into my mom in her car and they killed her, I want them to go to jail. You know what I mean? Maybe not for life, but just enough to get it in their head, like, you know?
What makes taking these risks worth it?
They're not really risks to me, that's the thing. I don't really see them as risk. I see them as, like, you know, me just everyday driving.
You said you've been driving since you were 9 years old?
My dad, he used to give me his car. You know, I used to sit on his lap when I was like 7. He used to give me the steering wheel. 7? And then, you know, I hit 9. But he used to send me, yo, go to AutoZone real quick. I used to go to AutoZone, Home Depot, whatever.
Bro, what?
13,
bro, he said his dad used to send him to AutoZone, bro, at 9 years old to go, hey, son, I need to go get these, like, you know what I'm saying, a couple things, go get some errands done. Bro, these generation parents are failures, bro. I promise you, man. It's only gonna get worse, too, especially for, like, the parents, like, that just be all about, like, going to the club, like, 25-8, you know what I'm saying, doing drugs, you know what I'm saying, still hanging out on the block and shit, bro, like, after 25 plus years old, pushing 30. Like, bro, this is a sorry ass generation, bro, of parents, dog. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I'm not even trying to like sit up there and like offend, you know what I'm saying, this specific person's like peoples and stuff. I'm really like speaking for like a whole, because this is not like, for one, it's not surprising. Like, and then two, this is not the only person that has like bad parents, bro. Like, this is just like sad. It's straight up sad. Like, imagine, bro, at 9 years old, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I was playing with like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, bro, rolling around the grass and like catch lizards and stuff like that. I didn't want to admit this is cringe, but you know what? I'm doing like kid-like stuff. Like, come on, bro. Like, this not it, man.
Oh my motherfucker. Okay, easy, Tiger. Easy.
Bro, I have not heard that in a long time. Easy, Tiger? Yo.
Ooh, that motherfucker made me.
Imagine me doing that.
At 100?
Yeah, that's really nothing.
How many police chases do you think you've been in?
More than my hands. There's been so many times where like the boys just get behind us and they start chasing. Or like it's not really chases to us. They back off.
Do you think you're the most wanted driver in New York?
Between me and Where's 981, like Where's 981 low-key died down, I feel like I've taken over that spot.
Bro,
I'm sure there are a lot.
I'm sorry for pausing the video. It's just like some of this stuff is just so crazy to me that people really be living like this day to day. Like, it's not surprising, but it's also surprising at the same time. And especially him having the balls to get on camera in the middle of all this stuff. Bro, this man just said that like his other homie, I don't know if they're homies or not, but some other dude basically is like, he basically died down. He used to be a 5-star, but now he's like a 4-star. I'm the real 5-star. I'm the real school threat. Nobody is on my level. Like, imagine having an argument like that, bro.
Men that watch your content. What do you think about kids that want to go try and replicate this, copy this?
From Squeeze Benz himself, do not come try this.
This is something that you can get paralyzed, you could die. I don't drive like this, you shouldn't. Some people in this game take lots of risks, and Squeeze is one of those guys, but highly advise never to do this. How sophisticated is the camera system in New York?
It's getting more sophisticated now to where, like, you know, it take them probably 2-3 days to really find where he was at, you know what I mean?
How do you stash your vehicle so that the police don't trace you to your house?
I pay for a garage, I have other parking garages where I park my car.
So just like a drug dealer has trap houses, you have different...
I have trap houses, yeah.
You know stuff?
This guy, man.
The boys are right here.
Is this guy serious? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would never be in the car with a nigga like this, bro. Like, personally, like, and everybody that's like watching, bro, if you have a homie that just likes to floor it, like, randomly, bro, like 100, trying to run red lights, make that the last time you get in a car, bro, and fuck what they're talking about, bro. Matter of fact, smack the hell out of them after, like, the car ride is done with, bro, for playing with your life like that, bro. Like, come on, bro. Seriously? Bro decides to floor it an extra 50 plus miles when they see a cop on the side of the road just because. Like, bro.
Why do you think this is something that young men gravitate towards? Let's talk about brain development in young men. The male brain does not fully mature until about 25, so their prefrontal cortex that is...
Really? That's the last time I paused the video, my bad, guys. 25 is when the brain stops developing, or fully develops, I mean. That means that, like, because I'm 28 now, my brain fully developed 3 years ago? I thought it fully developed when you turn 18.
Thus, his risk is not fully developed yet, which helps to explain the risky behavior we see in this segment of the population. There's a name for this, young male syndrome. This sometimes short-sighted behavior is hypothesized to have provided an evolutionary advantage. A 2001 University of Liverpool study found that females prefer brave males who take risks to the ones that do not. And if we go back thousands of years to being hunter-gatherers on the savannah, this preference makes sense, as a female would want the male that fends off the lion or stands to fight when another rival tribe approaches. Biologically, not much has changed in our brains but our technology has progressed much further, and it helps to explain why you see young men doing high-speed chases and drifting through Times Square. What's the craziest getaway story you have?
That'd be the one with the helicopter. I pulled up on the highway showing the charger. He was about to pull someone over, so I got behind him, I started playing with him, and I was recording. I got away, obviously. A week later, I started getting chased by 2-3 black chargers. I'm looking up, and I see the helicopter above me, and I'm like, oh no. It was only like my second ever helicopter chase, so my heart was bumping. I'm not knowing how hard these guys are going to go for me right now. They're going to set a roadblock up, something, you know what I mean? But thank God that wasn't the case.
How haven't they did that too? Like the roadblocks and the strikes, the spikes.
Why don't you fight shit?
Is it hard for you not to be going fast right now?
Honestly, yeah. If New York really wanted to step their game up, they should put a place where people can do this and have fun in a safe environment. If you give us a spot, we're going to use it.
How long do you see yourself doing this for?
One thing I do see in the future, though, like with the way technology is driving. Okay, so you know how people have like a highway now? I could definitely see like people advancing from like all 50 states in the future and making like, okay, like a highway, and then making a thing not necessarily called like it, but maybe like a dangerous highway or more riskier highway where you can go like 100 and 120 miles per hour and the roads are a little bit more advanced and stuff like that. But they'll probably like have it to where like, okay, like you're putting yourself at risk. We'll probably they'll probably make a disclaimer on this, say like, oh, we won't like cover like something on your insurance if something happens, but you can decide to take this highway. They'll probably make you pay a toll fee. But I can see them doing something like that. I mean, if you're being honest, that's really like the logical way, because you can, bro. If cops is looking at all this stuff, none of this stuff is ever gonna stop. It's never gonna. There's always gonna be somebody that's gonna be trying to take the biggest, highest risk. There's gonna be another clone of this dude like this. You know what I'm saying? You know, and bro, they just have to make an extended highway for people that just want to drive reckless and stuff. That's just how it should basically just have to be. So you can truly never stop this.
Reckless.
It's every day until later.
Let's talk about reckless driving in the United States. In 2021, there were 6 million car crashes and 39,500 of them were fatal. A survey by the insurance company Nationwide found that 47% of Gen Z reported driving faster than the speed limit, and 34% of them reported video chatting while driving. Actions like this help contribute to car crashes being the leading cause of death for American teenagers. Another concerning fact is the amount of pedestrians killed by reckless driving. In 2022, there were 7,500 deaths in this manner. In New York, vehicular manslaughter is a felony that carries a steep sentence of up to 15 years. We took 2 Polaroids.
Damn.
They're fresh off the press till
I mean, it's deserved.
We're gonna put them in 2 random people that buy merch in the next 48 hours. 2 people will get Squeeze Benz, Tommy G, Polaroid photos. RIP Mainstream Media. Big Dog's Gotta Eat. Hope to send this to you. Available on Patreon only are the wild and extended cut versions of the interviews with Squeeze Benz, including one right after he got finished with a helicopter chase, extended cut interview with Swim Team, and more. This is some good shit. Patreon.
The next day.
We find ourselves in another parking garage meeting with New York driver Where's 981 and his crew, the Swim Team. Swimming refers to the driving technique where they cut up, weaving in and out of traffic to get where they want to go. They've gained a lot of notoriety online, and I wanted to talk to them to learn more about it.
The faster you go and the more dangerous you drive, the more views you get.
Alright guys, you're pulling up to meet the Swim Team. You're one of the groups of the drivers. Why do you guys call yourself Swim Team?
This is how it started, like, they call me float. Used to be called float apostle, so, like, I guess it's like a teacher. I would teach you how to float. And then it just turned into, like, you know, we started cutting up and stuff. It was almost like we were swimming through traffic, and they'll call me, like, Michael Phelps, so we're swimming.
How fast do you go sometimes?
I'm hitting 150 every day. It's easy to hit 150, bro. Like, it's triple digits no matter what. Your 50, 60 miles an hour is my 100.
Have you had any near misses?
Yeah, of course. People come to me like, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? I'm not going to try and teach you how to do it because of the simple fact that someone can get hurt. Thank you that I have not hurt anybody. It's like shooting a gun in an open field. Like, anybody can get hit with a straight bullet.
If you hit somebody and they get really injured or die, what should be the punishment, you think?
I'm going to jail 1,000%.
Yeah, it's worth it. Why?
It's not worth it. That's the thing. I can't justify it, you know?
What's it like being in a high-speed chase?
Your first time, it feels crazy, bro. It's like you're like you're scared to go home some way, somehow. You make it home. You have a little bit of a tough night of sleep that first night. And then you make it to the second night, you make it to the next night, they never come. After that, you get numb to it, you know?
What are the laws in New York for chasing people? Because I know in Milwaukee, oftentimes they don't chase you at a certain speed because they know it results in civilian deaths a lot of times when the chase happens.
It depends on the cop, honestly. I've seen cops where one of my boys, this dude is going off-road in New York, and the cops following him off the road. It just takes that one, you know, that one cop that's just ready to be like, alright, I'm coming for you, and it's over.
What does your mom think about this?
I bring my mom to work, she was going 150, she didn't get scared. In her eyes, she knows I'm a good driver. Like, she got mother's prayers, of course, she's gonna always pray for me, make sure everything works out every single time, but she's not too stressed.
You created Swim, right?
I wouldn't say I created Swim, so it started off as a joke between me and some, right? Swimming, and then we're like, why does that sound kind of nice?
So I'm here with
Reaper Outfitters, Reaper 50, where's 981? Float.
And I'm Tommy G, allegedly. Who out of this group is the high-speed specialist?
This nigga right here is like nasty on the track. This nigga right here is just nasty on the road. He can slide, drift, go fast.
What's the fastest you guys have ever gone in a car before?
170?
170?
183. I'm 190.
Bro, what? For
What makes it
real?
worth it for you to put yourself in that position where you could go to the
You're done for if you crash. This is a crash out, bro. Crash out specialist, bro. That's something that why would you even talk like that, bro?
I never like hopped in a car and went that fast off rip. It's kind of like I got used to it, slowly, building up like a tolerance to speed. But if you're watching this and you're a driver, then you know what I mean when you feel the rear wheels through the seat of the car.
You're super intuitive in touch. It's almost like the car is an extension of your body.
You have senses from the seat, the steering wheel, the audio cues, how loud the engine is, if your tires are squealing. You have so many cues in it, and it's really up to you to take all that sensory input and be able to drive properly. But it's like, we're not trying to do this shit forever. Like, we genuinely want to hop on the track, just go crazy. It's just a track right now. It's expensive and people are shutting the tracks down.
Bro, it's like, that's like the point. Like, what exactly are you doing this for, bro? You're not getting paid off it. Like, if y'all doing the videos on YouTube, are they like genuinely getting monetized? Like, are they, even if it's getting money, is it really worth it? Like, what is the point and purpose of this, bro?
Do you guys know anyone that has crashed or died or gotten injured doing this?
Crashed for sure, but nobody that's really crashed. If anybody were to seriously get hurt or crash or anything like that, I think it'll end it for everybody. I think we'd all stop.
There's a risk of hurting someone that's completely innocent. Someone could be on their way to work. Someone could be going to pick up their kid from soccer practice. Like, how does that factor in your driving and what you think about when you drive?
I don't have to force nothing. If I get left, I get stuck. For me.
What does that mean when you get left?
If I'm following 91 or I'm following float and they think it's cut I can't take, I'm not taking it. We swim for each other. We drive for each other. We don't drive for ourselves. I know exactly how each one of them drives and how I drive. So God forbid someone has to hard brake, the cars behind are already braking and looking for openings so we're not rear-ending each other.
Have you guys had any near misses?
Of course. But there's this one time where he took a cut. Right after he took the cut, it was either I fit the cut or I'm gone. It's funny saying this, but we're not criminals. We have real life jobs. We have insurance on our cars. We pay for our cars. Like, people think, oh, it's Danny's funny. Like, that should be pissing me off, bro, because I did work hard as for this shit, bro.
Do you guys' moms know about this?
She knows, and she tells me every day to stop. And I tell her, look, I'm trying. We have a brand swim team, right? We're not trying to cut a reckless 24/7, bro. Like, we got a 5M service coming up, a Southern Forces service coming up, and honestly, like, we see the community, we see a lot of people you guys are giving us, and we're not gonna take this and just, throw it all away. It's like one of those stories we're trying to create where the bad guy kind of wins.
What do you say to the people that are, like, super pissed when they see what you do? They're like, that's reckless, it's selfish, it's dangerous, people could die. What do you say to those type of folks?
Honestly, bro, you're right. I agree with them, bro. I don't even argue with them. I don't argue with them, bro. I don't argue with them either. When people look at accidents,
it's like you understand it and you still do it. Why? They haven't even.
They see it as not precise. Like, they're thinking like we're just out there and we're trying to crash. We're not trying to crash. If anything, I would argue that when we're on the road, we're actually paying attention to the road more than anyone else on the road. Or another thing is drinking and driving. And like, we don't ever be under the influence, ever behind the wheel. And I'm proud to say that.
Tell me what's going through your head in the police chase. How do you get away? What are you thinking about? Are you trying to go a few streets and take an exit? Do you got a hideout? Like, how do you evade police in this type of situation?
Hold on, don't give out too much sauce.
There's people that might watch it.
Yo, Ross.
How the police have not caught you yet? What is your answer?
I mean, truly, the way that we don't get caught is to stop being dickheads. New York has a no chase policy. I can say it's because I've been, at least in swim at least, I got into the most cop chases, right? I'm not saying it's because I like that. I got the worst luck, bro. To be honest, got the worst luck of it.
I wanted to know what the legal perspective was on what swim team, Squeeze Benz, and all these other New York drivers were doing. What were
this is wild. Look at this shit right here, yo.
Squeeze Benz and all these other.
This man is hitting donuts while being on a police chase and then pointing and laughing at the car. Bro, you know the nigga in this cop car, bro, was swinging at the wall, bro. All night long, dog.
New York drivers were doing. What were the legal ramifications? How much jail time could they face? And why is it that they were so brazen about continually doing this? I talked to my guy Nate, the lawyer, to figure out more about this. He's a lawyer that runs a YouTube channel and breaks things down regularly. This is what he had to say.
My name is Nate the Lawyer. I'm a former prosecutor and a former law school professor. And what you've just seen on screen is known as reckless driving. In the state of New York, you can serve up to a year in prison if you recklessly drive. Reckless driving in New York is simple. It's if you drive in a manner that, quote, unreasonably interferes with the free and proper use of the public highways or unreasonably endangers users of the public highway. Reckless driving is prohibited. Every person violating this provision shall be guilty of a misdemeanor, meaning you can serve up to a year in jail. If someone is injured or killed during the act of reckless driving, you could find yourself facing some serious charges.
Dangerous and disturbing exclusive video of young people driving their cars recklessly just before one of the cars crashed and killed 2 people.
Now, this driver was charged with manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. He's facing up to 10 years in prison. If you are doing something that you know is inherently dangerous and could get someone killed or hurt, and then you do it anyway, that the law finds to be reckless and criminal in some cases. Driving a car 90 miles an hour in a 50-mile-an-hour zone is reckless. Someone could get hurt, someone could get killed, and if someone does, then you are on the hook for that homicide. There may be no fear of repercussions because of New York's bail reform laws. The misdemeanor of reckless driving, as you see on the screen, isn't eligible for bail. If someone commits this crime 10 times in the same day, they'll get bail every time because of New York's bail reform laws. Now, some of you may not believe how insane New York's bail reform laws are, but they are insane. Like this guy who was arrested 101 times for shoplifting and let go every time because of New York's bail reform laws. Or this guy who was arrested for 3 assaults in one day, even threw a brick through a store window. He was released every single time on bail reform. Or the story of these 4 people who chopped up 2 bodies, left body parts all around the state of New York, and then when the cops went to their home, they found blood, body parts, guts, everything in their home. Guess what the judge did? He released them without bail.
Of course.
When you put everything together, I think these guys are doing it because they don't really have any fear that they're going to kill anybody. And if they get caught reckless driving, they'll get arrested and charged, but they'll probably be let out the same day on bail reform. Then we can go out and do it again. If you need legal advice, if you're looking to this YouTube video to help you in your case, you're looking at the wrong place. With that being said, I'm Nate the Lawyer and I'm out. Peace.
After hearing what Nate the Lawyer said, hearing that there's no consequences really for what these guys are doing, it makes sense why they're doing it. Back to the swim team.
How often do you guys get nervous doing this?
So when I started, I used to get super nervous, especially when I used to run. And the reason I started running is not because I don't like cops. It's simply because it got to a point where I couldn't afford the tickets anymore. Because I was getting singled out for no reason. The speed limit is 50, right? So I would be on the billboard and I'm going 70, 75. I'm doing the same speed everyone else is doing. However, when the state trooper sees everyone else and me, they single me out because I'm in a white Porsche. So then they think I can afford the ticket, but in the beginning I could, but then that shit started stacking up. And if you're gonna say, oh, then just don't speed, I wasn't speeding. I was just keeping up with the flow of traffic, right? And then I just started running one day because I just couldn't afford the tickets anymore. And then it just started from there. I was super nervous at first. You gotta account lawyer fees too. After the first time, I only got nervous one more time after that.
Bro, like this man, I do not like people that drive like that. That yellow car.
15 cars? Do you guys need to get away from helicopters before?
I never had to. Thanks God, honestly, but I feel like I don't do that situation. Oh yeah, I know what to do.
Has the news reached out to any of you guys?
Oh yeah, of course. Bro, I ain't gonna front. This is crazy. I'm like 87 News at all. Because they reached out to me about my content and they still posted after I said no. And I don't like that. But yeah, this man was already.
That's crazy as hell.
So news reporters.
It's just crazy because if he tries to go out and sue them, they just gonna be like, "Oh, we've been trying to catch you for like the last 2 years, buddy. Just put your hands behind your back."
Right.
Yeah.
They DM you, they email you. Okay, so Ali Bauman from CBS New York.
Nah, that's crazy.
I was like, no.
They be having Instagrams?
What made you say no to her and yes to me?
Honestly, bro, you're not a cop. Yeah, you're not a cop. You're not associated with the law. You don't have an ulterior motive. I generally feel like you're not gonna.
Bro, one thing Tommy G do gotta be careful though, because like, am I the only one that said? I don't think I'm the only one that said this, but like, I just don't want like one day like these cops to just get pissed and they just can't catch like any of these like interviews that he be doing, like whether if he's doing these hood interviews or whether he's doing these type of like interviews. Like, what if they just one day just decide to just like raid him or raid his crib or just cough up like the recent footage you have over the past like 6 months? Like, bro, everybody will be fucked, bro. So, hopefully Tommy, like, as soon as he uploads these videos, he just maybe, like, discards and disposes, like, of the footage, or at least maybe changes the camera out or something. I don't know. Because, mind you, these is all edited clips of, you know what I'm saying? Imagine.
To me, it feels really fun to have no journalistic background to be beating them at their own game.
No, that's fact. People go to college for like 4 or 5 years to do journalism, and
I feel like people in our generation just don't trust the news. They've lied so many times that their credit's gone with us.
Yeah,
honestly, bro, I've been getting more accurate shit from TikTok.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, bro. TikTok is a new news nowadays, bro.
The whip, Range Rover Sport, I'm on the Jackie doing tricks. Keep swimming, got the paddles in the ship.
Let's meet the swim team and let's hear their specialties.
Float, swim team, you already know.
And what's your specialty?
My specialty is floating. All I do is float. That's my name. That's what I do. It's everything.
Do you feel like you have to look over your shoulder doing this kind of stuff?
I always look over my shoulder. I'm always not anyone. I would say I'm kind of camera shy, but like my specialty is like I do a little bit of everything. But when it comes to like the you know, the corporate side of things, you know, the brand and stuff, like I'm basically like the brains behind that whole.
Wait, so you're trying to turn this into a video game?
I mean, we already kind of did. It's a game, so it's called Assetto Corsa. So basically, we host servers, and you just gotta take the link, hop on the server, and if any one of us happens to play on the server, you get to drive with Swim risk-free.
Whereas 981 and his team are well aware that a lot of his fans are young males that might try and replicate what they do, and knowing that that is incredibly dangerous, his team has done something so you can join them in the safety of your home. They built this online Assetto Corsa server so you can drive, swerve, drift, whatever you want. All you need is a computer, internet connection, and it's recommended you have a steering wheel. Details to join the server.
See, like, why can't they do that, bro? Like, I guarantee you, if they push this more, bro, everybody on there will be multi-millionaires, bro. Instead of just doing this low-level ass shit on the road, bro, that's not getting them paid at all, other than just a YouTube video being uploaded and stuff. This is actually very smart. If they created that game from like ground up and they have their own server with that driving, that's probably like one of the more smartest things they could do right now. Like,
they definitely know about us. I mean, me specifically.
They should also probably maybe create like a GTA server when like maybe not now because GTA 6 about to come out, but just giving a free game. Like create a GTA 6 server, have something similar like that. Come on, man.
If I am wanted, I'm sorry.
Pack it up and retire from it, bro. You know, it's gonna do nothing but get y'all. You know what I'm saying, behind bars, get somebody else hurt, or probably, you know what I'm saying, worst to worst, get y'all 6 feet under, man.
What do you go by?
Brick 250 or Brick 50, either one is fine.
So what's your specialty?
Well, right now, I think the fans would probably say my specialty is probably police chases, cop chases, and stuff like that.
Bro, imagine your badges saying
how many police chases do you think you've been in?
Honestly, bro, I lost count probably, because I posted at least 30, I think, so I think I have...
You have at least 30 police chases on the internet right now.
Yeah.
Why is this worth potentially going to prison?
No matter how you look at it, it's not worth it at all. Me being how I am as a person, bro, it's fun, bro.
Who are you?
So I'm Reaper.
What's your specialty?
I'm more of a low-key swimmer. I'm not really making videos and stuff, but, you know, if you know, you know.
Do you have any little brothers?
Oh, yeah.
If they wanted to get into this, what would you tell them?
I'm a hypocrite, but I wouldn't recommend it. But
you don't recommend it?
No.
This is a question for the whole group. How often do you guys have to change vehicles?
I say if you do it right, you could probably go a year to 2 years where you have to swap the car if you're smart, but you could do some dumb shit in one night that makes you have to swap.
What do you go by?
My name's Billy.
And what's your specialty?
Honestly, the fans kind of know me as Lesnar, I guess I would say. That's,
look at this man's hat, bro.
If you get in trouble, you can call.
I have not seen a nigga wear that hat since Ed and Eddie, bro. Bro.
Me, I'll help you with your situation.
So what makes this worth doing?
It's not worth doing. I wouldn't recommend doing it if I were you, but I can't make your decision for you. So if you are going to do this against our best wishes, I guess, just think about other people on the road and do whatever you can to bring it home without hurting yourself, hurting anybody else, or damaging any property.
Tell me how you think about taking on risks and danger.
I think if you're ever going to take on any risks or any danger, whether it's physical risks or financial risks, I think you should write down every single one of the variables that could be a factor in the risk that you're taking, and you should figure out what's the worst case scenario that could go wrong, any other kind of scenarios that could go wrong, and you want to figure out what the best case scenario is, and if that's worth the gamble for you, for the risks that are laid out on the table. But if those risks are worth the reward that you're going for, I think you should go for it. And if at any time you get too scared, the risks are too much for the reward, you don't want to risk it for the biscuit, then stop, because you're not built for it.
If you want an extraordinary life, you have to take extraordinary measures and risks in action, but know your lane and know when to sit out. And this is something I'm sitting out for.
Also, the story of Icarus, when you have black wings and you fly too close to the sun, never feel like you got it on lock 24/7.
The story of Icarus comes from Greek mythology, and it recounts the tale of Daedalus and his son Icarus, who were imprisoned on the island of Crete by King Minos. To escape, Daedalus fashioned wings made of feathers and wax for him and Icarus. Warned by his father not to fly too close to the sun, Icarus disregarded this advice. As he soared higher and higher, the wax melted, causing his wings to fail, and he plummeted into the sea and drowned. This story serves as a cautionary tale.
Oh, that's really happened? Like, bro, humans made, wait, they was able to fly back then out of feathers? So you can like take a bird's feathers and really fly?
A warning against the dangers of overconfidence and recklessness. And this story, I think, is very relevant to Mr. Squeeze Benz.
My son Stolen couldn't make it, but he wanted to say what's up to y'all, feel me?
Anything you gotta say for the camera, brother?
Shout out my son Jolly too, he couldn't make it. Yeah, so you asked us these questions. What do you think of swimming?
So here's the thing. I think danger is good in somebody's life, but when you endanger someone else while you're having your own fun, that's where I'm iffy about it. Yeah. I admire the courage, I admire the bravery, but when other people's lives are at risk, to me it's like it's a hard battle, you know what I mean? Like, if I lost a friend because someone was just having fun on the road, I'd want to kill that guy. I also, as a young man who does dangerous things too, get it. But I highly advise you, don't try it out. These guys here to do B-roll of their cool cars. But while waiting their turn, a couple of them decided to do donuts in a parking lot where there were many families. Because of this, the police were called, and in a few minutes, an NYPD helicopter arrived on the scene. This is what happened next.
Oh, you got a different, it's like you see that
right?
Hello folks, I'm Tommy G, here with the most wanted drivers in New York, looking to feeling out.
Damn.
Folks, I wasn't lying when I said these guys are wanted. Well, folks,
5 stars is crazy.
Stay safe. Realize that the choices you make can impact other people. There's dangerous things you can do that just impact yourself.
Yep.
That impacts scared civilians. We should probably get out of here. Let's go. I'm conflicted with this video, folks, because a lot of young people are going to think this is cool.
It's not cool at all.
Their brain is not developed enough to realize the risk to other people. And I feel like you got to pick and choose your battles. And like while it is exciting, statistically, eventually, someone is going to crash, someone's going to die, someone's going to get paralyzed, and the game that sounded so fun is not so fun anymore.
Hey, man. Very, very entertaining video by Tommy G. Remember, y'all, do not be stupid. Do not replicate any of this, because it's not going to get you nowhere. And let me know if there's any other, episodes, you know what I'm saying, Tommy G, you want to watch. I definitely want to get more into tune, like, not even just Tommy G, but there's other channels that go around doing, like, you know what I'm saying, cool interviews, whether if it's, like, hood interviews or whatever, it's, like, different city or how people live in cultures and stuff, interviews. I definitely like to watch those and react to those videos with you guys a lot more. So, request some more in the comments.